Good afternoon, and welcome to the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, and thank you for being a part of the 214th commencement ceremony in our university's history. My name is Dr. Laura Reynolds, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Provost and the Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs here at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. Before we begin our ceremony, please take a moment to orient yourselves. The restrooms and concessions are in the lobby where you entered. Observe exit doors near you, most of which are at the back of the room. In the unlikely case of an emergency, please listen for instructions. Proceed to the exits in an orderly fashion. Additionally, thank you very much for making sure that all of our graduates, both the first and the last, can be celebrated today, and that we minimize disruptions as we celebrate all of these amazing students. The commencement ceremonies are being recorded and will be available on demand viewing on the commencement website. Today is one of the most anticipated days of the year, both for the graduates, their families, and friends, and for this campus. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work on the part of our students and makes evident their perseverance through all that we put them through: labs, late-night study sessions, group projects, dress rehearsals, papers, and tests. Today we see their growth. Today is a milestone in their lives. So let's start by congratulating the students here today. To start our ceremony, would you please stand if you are able, remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem, led by the Symphony Band and Brunner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. That was lovely. It reminds me that the acoustics in here, they are not that bad, if she can make that sound. Today, our campus will celebrate the graduates of 3 colleges: the College of Liberal Arts and Education, the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture, and the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science, and of our graduate programs. During this afternoon's ceremony, we will hear words of encouragement and congratulations from our student speaker, our principal speaker, our university's chancellor. We will then recognize our honor graduates, and finally, we will present the candidates for the awarding of the degrees. As a part of each commencement ceremony, we select a student to offer greetings and words of encouragement as a representative of our graduates. Today, it is my pleasure to welcome Elly Linder as our student speaker. No, you clap. We clap whenever we want to. All the clapping. We do all the clapping. Elly is from Highland, Wisconsin, and is earning a degree in English with an emphasis in education. She has already been actively involved in serving local school districts, where she has spent time as a forensic adjudicator and co-directing the theater productions. She is a member of the Aspiring Educators and Sigma Tau Delta. Please welcome Elly Linder.
Welcome, fellow graduates, alumni, faculty, friends, and families. It is an honor to be here today speaking on behalf of the students of the University of Wisconsin-Platteville College of Liberal Arts and Education. First, I want to say congratulations to all. It takes a lot of determination and dedication to get to where we are today. We did it. We did it. We earned our degrees. Now we can finally pursue whatever is next. Our careers, more schooling, buying a house, maybe getting married. Once we walk across this stage, we've checked off another box. Done. Enough celebrating. We can move on, right? Or what if we just savor this moment now and all of the moments that led up to it? A common interview question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I want to flip that question. I student taught in Riverdale this semester with the coolest group of 7th graders. Do you remember middle school? It is complicated, messy, kind of smelly. It is full of growth and self-discovery. The only time you change more is during infancy. At this time of chaos, students need someone to admire, someone who inspires them. I thought deeply about what kind of example I could set for them, how I could be a role model. Then I thought, wow, these students are a decade younger than me. What would my 12-year-old self think of me? Think about yourself 10 years ago. Maybe you were in middle school like me. Maybe you were at your own college graduation. Wherever, whoever you were then, what would they think of you now? Think about yourself 10 years ago. Picture it, 2015, Frozen and Pitch Perfect 2. The internet buzzed with the mannequin challenge, #LeftShark, Hamilton, and the dress debate. It was totally black and blue. And there you are, 10 years younger, right in the middle of it, thinking about your future, thinking about this moment. If you were to have a conversation with your younger self, what would you tell them? If they could see you now, what milestones would they be most excited about? Reflect on the reasons why your younger self would look up to you today. If I stood facing my 12-year-old self, she would probably freak out. My teeth are straight. I can drive. I'm actually teaching students and not just my American Girl dolls. And I'm speaking at commencement. I would also have to tell her that there will be struggles in the next 10 years, more than she could imagine. But then I would tell her that she will forever be surrounded by love. She will make incredible memories, and that she is capable of what she sets her mind to. This world is designed to keep you moving. Reach the next deadline, climb the ladder, never settle. You are going to be in a constant state of motion your whole life. So now, while we have this time together, take a beat. Don't look so far forward that you forget how far you have come, how much it took to get here. Feel pride in yourself and know that your younger self is cheering for you. My wish for all of you today is to celebrate, be grateful, and be amazed with your own accomplishments. Let's take a moment to appreciate the journey that brought us here. We faced challenges, celebrated victories, mourned losses, and grown in ways that we couldn't imagine. When we leave campus today, we will begin a new journey. There will be more work to do. In the words of Maya Angelou, if we must continue to be who and how you are to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. So, let's celebrate our present-day selves, class of 2025. Remember the journey, be grateful for the support we received, and find delight in the possibilities that lie ahead. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that message of celebration, and congratulations to your classmates, Elly. Next, it is my privilege to introduce our principal speaker today, Dena Wortzel. Mrs. Wortzel is the Executive Director of the Wisconsin Humanities, a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization that expands humanities programming and lifelong learning across the state. Please welcome Dena Wortzel.
Well, hey everybody. Huge thanks to Dean Nelson for honoring me with the invitation to be here with all of you today. Thanks to the friends and family of the graduates. I'm so happy to join you in celebrating the class of 2025 and their achievements. And congratulations to all of you for receiving your degrees. You worked your tails off, and today is a really big moment. Today is also a punctuation mark in a story that began 4 years ago for most of you, and I mean the story of your life. You may not feel that your life story is terribly exciting or important to anybody but the people who love you. The message that I want to share with you today is that the stories that human beings tell are incredibly powerful. In fact, stories can change how we live our lives, and they can change our communities. They also, those human stories about the world, when they become accepted wisdom, they actually change the world. I've learned the power of stories while working for 30 years with an organization, as you just heard, called Wisconsin Humanities. When Congress created the agency called the National Endowment for the Humanities and then state-level humanities councils like mine, the purpose was to make the humanities accessible for everybody. Why? Because our legislators said at the time, democracy demands wisdom and vision. They believed, and I believe, that cultural knowledge is the necessary fuel for democracy. The humanities, that cultural knowledge and history, they help us understand one another and chart a path together. All of you have had opportunities here to explore the humanities through classes in history, literature, social sciences, and more. But the humanities are not confined to classrooms. They live in the stories that all people tell. Those stories, our rich cultures, live in our kitchens and our workplaces. They live in the public projects that Wisconsin Humanities has made possible. Projects that are run by ordinary Wisconsinites working or volunteering in libraries and museums and civic clubs, neighborhood organizations, and more all across Wisconsin. And those projects come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. They may look like museum exhibits or podcasts or cultural festivals. But what they have in common is that they help Wisconsinites create, tell, and listen to each other's stories. And I've seen those projects, that sharing of stories, change people's lives. So let me just give you one quick example. Platteville is in the driftless region of Wisconsin, right? It's an area that's seen a lot of flooding. The most devastating floods ever happened in 2018. People died. Homes, farms, businesses were damaged and destroyed. People were really traumatized. And as the water receded, people were asking, how do we continue to make a life here? One of the answers to that question was a project that Wisconsin Humanities supported with a grant and that we later shared through our Human Powered podcast. The story that we told was this: a group called the Driftless Writing Center realized that people really wanted to tell their stories of the flood. The Writing Center folks pulled together volunteers and community members, undergraduates, who interviewed over 100 people about their flood experiences. And those personal flood stories, they were shared at in-person events and in a little booklet that got distributed for free all over the region. Through that project, people shared grief, they shared resilience, and they even shared some joy. So the storytelling that people shared, that helped them with their trauma too. And don't forget what I said about democracy and stories either, because that storytelling by flood survivors, that was heard by legislators, and it was heard by local officials. And there were new flood mitigation strategies put in place because of those stories too. So for the folks who told their flood stories, it helped them make sense of the experience. And that's the truth about all stories. Stories are how human beings make sense of what is otherwise a jumble of disconnected bits of information, undigested impressions. And in fact, storytelling is what distinguishes us as human beings. I mean, I remember being told at some point in my early education that what distinguishes Homo sapiens from other creatures is that we started making tools. But we've since learned that lots of animals and even some insects use tools. But stories, more than tools, are what make human beings what we are. We are creatures who produce meaning, and that may be the meaning of the flood or anything else. So at a time when our technologies are getting more powerful at an exponential rate, how does that meaning produced by stories compare to the human meaning or the knowledge embodied in technology? Scientific knowledge that has created technology, some of that has the power, like atomic weapons, to destroy the world. And some of it has the power to make the world safer, like things that have been created and produced right here at Platteville. But I argue that it's the stories that we tell that determine what technologies human beings even make in the first place. And stories also determine whether, when, and how we decide to use the technologies that we already have. So to address the problem of flooding, for example, are we going to look at preventing it by helping farmers deal with soil erosion, or are we going to focus instead on flood monitoring and early warning systems? It's the stories about farming and climate, about the effectiveness or the lack of effectiveness of flood mitigation policies that can push us one way or another. And together, those stories are what lead people to take action, or not, with real-world consequences. So I hope at this point you're beginning to agree that it's not an overstatement to say that stories change lives. Our lives as individuals, as members of communities, and as people of this nation. Stories are the way that we make sense of the world. And how we make sense of the world changes the decisions we make. From the decisions that you or I might make about where to live or what kind of car to buy, to the decisions that the most powerful people in the world make that affect all of us. Through your education here, you've honed your understanding of stories and your ability to construct them, even if the word stories is not what you called that kind of thinking. In all of the humanities disciplines, in the field of education, the social sciences, you analyze texts and sources, and you synthesize what you found to say something to your reader or listener, or at least hopefully your professor, would find meaningful. Through your education, you also learned the flip side of being a creator of meaningful stories. You learned a skill that has been the source of some of the greatest successes in my career and a life skill that helped me navigate all kinds of unexpected situations. That skill that you learned is the skill of listening with your mind and your heart, not just your ears. You learned to listen in order to understand people who aren't you. People who were so distant in history or different culturally or in their life experiences or their beliefs that maybe when you first encountered their stories, they were hard to understand, like hearing a foreign language. I've lived almost half my life an hour from here, outside a town of fewer than 300 people, on a farm homesteaded by an Irish family right after the Civil War. But I was born in Washington, D.C., and lived a lot of places before coming to Wisconsin. Because of my father's career in the federal government, I grew up in Europe. After college, where, guess what? I was an English major. The values I learned from my parents' stories and the experience of living in many countries led me to want to fight poverty in countries less wealthy than this one. So I went to work with a grassroots organization in Sri Lanka, which at the time was in the middle of a violent ethnic conflict. Back then, I never imagined living in rural Wisconsin, but moving to Wisconsin after coming back from overseas felt as foreign and as intriguing as moving to Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, I learned to eat with my hands, drive on the other side of the road, and started to make sense of another country's politics. In Wisconsin, I did not know a thing about farming equipment or deer hunting. I had never ridden a Harley, and I did not know what a meat raffle was. But I got to know my neighbors. I learned to drive a skid loader. I'm really good. And I made sure to read authors who wrote about and were inspired by their lives in Wisconsin. People like the founder of conservation, Aldo Leopold, and his amazing book, A Sand County Almanac, or The Land Remembers by Ben Logan, who grew up on a farm in the Driftless. My habit of turning to literature to understand people and places stood me in good stead as I worked to create real connections with the new people in my new home here. Like mine, your education, combined with your life experience, has prepared you for this next chapter in your life. You're prepared as someone who can make stories and someone who knows how to listen and connect with new people and new ideas, no matter where you find yourself. These skills are what it means to be adaptable, and being adaptable is what it takes to be resilient in the face of whatever difficulties or opportunities come your way. Your education did not change where you started, but it probably changed how you look back on that beginning, and it changed how you dream for yourself and for the world. Your education changed where you can go next, not only because it's a valuable credential, which it certainly is, but because wherever you find yourself, your honest appreciation for all the different kinds of people you meet and your ability to make sense out of whatever unexpected experiences you have will help you far more than Google Maps or any app ever can when it comes to navigating a rapidly changing world. So here you are at the end of one chapter, the beginning of the next. My request to each of you today is that you stay open in your heart and your mind, that you stay forever curious and use the skills of reading and writing and listening to stories that your education has given you in order to be an active community member and participant in this democracy. Be that volunteer at your museum or school, with your Little League, in your local park. Be the person who helps the newcomer in your workplace or your community by listening to their story and sharing your knowledge. And be that wise, civically engaged person who values the knowledge to be gained from every person's story and from knitting all of our stories together. So congratulations again to the faculty and staff at UW-Platteville, all the friends and family of the graduates who helped make these students' achievements possible. And above all, congratulations to all you graduates for your immensely hard work, for your intellectual curiosity, your commitment, and the courage that it took you to earn this degree. And like I said, today is a big deal. It's a real turning point in your life story. But whatever comes next, I know you got this. Thank you.
Thank you for that message for today's graduates, Mrs. Wortzel. For those of you completing your degrees today, you will also become a part of a special group, that being the University of Wisconsin-Platteville alumni family. Today, you will join more than 60,000 graduates around the globe, pioneers who have earned their diplomas and proudly call themselves alumni of UW-Platteville, many of whom are with us at today's ceremony. I now call upon all UW-Platteville alumni here today to please stand if you can and be recognized. Remember, once a pioneer, always a pioneer. Now it is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to our next speaker, Chancellor Tammy Evetovich. Chancellor Evetovich was named the 15th Chancellor of UW-Platteville in April of 2023 after serving as Interim Chancellor for a year and Provost for 2 years. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Tammy Evetovich to greet and congratulate the new graduates.
Good afternoon. Good job. To the graduating class, first of all, congratulations. Today marks a significant milestone, and we are proud to celebrate this achievement with all of you. I know you did not get here by accident. You are here because of your hard work, your perseverance, and your commitment to your goals. I hope you take the time today to reflect upon that. Sometimes we forget to do that. And I always encourage people to just stop for a moment and reflect upon where you were and where you have come to. And as you prepare to leave UW-Platteville and begin your next chapter, I want you to carry a few things with you. And I do realize I am standing between you and what you really came here to do today, so I will keep this short. First, remember, this is not the end of your learning journey. In fact, it is just the beginning. I hope you nurture the curiosity and desire for knowledge that brought you here in the first place. Let that spirit of lifelong learning guide you. That's one. Second, say yes more than you say no. This may mean preparing to be uncomfortable, But growth happens when we stretch ourselves, when we take on a new challenge or step into the unknown. So embrace that uncomfortable feeling because it means you are growing. And I will tell you, I would not be standing here today if I hadn't said yes to every opportunity that was presented to me. So say yes more than you say no. Third, do not be afraid to make decisions. I've encountered many instances with you all where you're afraid to make a decision and just move forward. And too often, we let that fear of choosing wrong stop us from moving forward at all. But as long as you know your values and you stick to them, you will find your way. And as you pursue your goals, do not forget to take care of yourselves. I always talk about wellness. Prioritize your wellness, whether it's your emotional, physical, intellectual, spiritual wellness. It is deeply connected to your ability to achieve your full professional potential. And then finally, as you move forward, please remember to come back and stay in touch. Whether it is next year, 5 years from now, decades from now, wherever you are, whenever you want to come back, you are welcome here. We will always be excited to hear from you and see where your life has taken you. Could we get some help, please? Hang on one moment. We good? All right, thank you. So once again, congratulations. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Chancellor. As we begin our ceremony, please notice that today many of our graduates wear different colored stoles, cords, and pins, each one of which denotes academic achievements, affinity group organizational membership, or clubs, and honor society participation. These colored stoles, cords, and pins represent important aspects in the achievements of our graduates. Their growth and participation in all aspects of our campus are important to celebrate. I would like to call special attention to our graduates wearing gold honor cords with their regalia. These gold cords are worn by our graduates who have achieved academic honors. Those honors are indicated with asterisks in the commencement program. Additionally, we would like to recognize our students achieving academic honors now. Will the individuals who are graduating magna cum laude please rise and remain standing? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages of 3.5 to 3.74. Congratulations to our magna cum laude graduates. You may be seated. Now, will students earning the highest academic honor and who are graduating summa cum laude please stand? That's a pretty good chunk of students right there. Stay standing. Got to talk about you. These students have earned a cumulative grade point average of between 3.75 and 4.0. Let's give them another round of applause. You may be seated. Each year, in addition to the designation of magna and summa cum laude, the colleges recognize college valedictorians, students with a high grade point average, as well as outstanding accomplishments. For the College of Liberal Arts and Education today, we celebrate the 2025 valedictorian, Elly, Linder, and Brianna Gies. Congratulations, Elly and Brianna. And now we begin the conferral of degrees. I ask all graduates and candidates for bachelor's and associate degrees to please stand to be recommended for their degree. Stand up, y'all. This is an important part. Chancellor Evetovich, as Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and upon the recommendation of the university faculty, I hereby certify that with the completion of required curricula, the individuals standing before you are candidates for the degrees of Associate of Science, Associate of Arts and Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Fine Arts, and are entitled to receive their respective degrees from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. Without reservation, I recommend these candidates to be granted the appropriate diplomas.
Upon recommendation by the faculty, with the certification of the Provost and Vice Chancellor, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Universities of Wisconsin, I am pleased to confer upon you the degrees earned, together with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Candidates remain standing. There's an additional very important academic tradition for our graduates as they cross the stage, before they cross the stage, and that's the movement of the tassel. This is my favorite part. Traditionally, a student who has not yet been awarded a degree wears the tassel of their mortarboard on the right side. Once the degree is conferred, the tassel is moved to the left side, ever after resting over your heart. This change signals the graduate has joined the family of alumna. In recognition of your new status, on the count of 3, together, we're going to move your tassels from the right to the left. 1, 2, 3. This is a clappy, cheery crowd. I like it. You may be seated. As we begin to award the individual degrees, we highlight the need to show respect for the graduates and those seated near you. Everyone here is anxious to hear the name of their graduate. With that in mind, I ask that you celebrate, we're in it for you, with the graduate's name, but make sure that the graduate behind you's family can hear their name as well. Please do not use artificial noisemakers. I don't think you all need it, actually. And please do stay with us to celebrate each and every graduate, whether they are the first in line or the last in line. First, please join me in welcoming Dr. Travis Nelson, the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education, to greet the graduates, and Carrie Van Helgren, Assistant Dean to the College of LAE, who will read the names of the candidates.
Good afternoon. I am honored, students, to be here as we celebrate your graduation. Chancellor Evetovich and Provost Reynolds, as Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of Associate of Science, Associate of Arts and Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Fine Arts. Candidates, please begin coming forward.
Megan Rose Amos. Lillian Sue Andrioni. Elizabeth Lee Andrews. Elly Hermione Lindner. Taylor Atchison. Raymond Austin. Madeline Rose Benke. Randa Jacqueline Bell. Nicholas Brandt. Allison Bradford. Kaylin Bender. Sophia Rose Barrington Nate. Michael Ray Beadle. Kathleen Ann Bald. Taylor W. Beck. Selena Bodendine. Amber Rose Bornheimer. John J. Bartashevitz. Addison Claire Byrol. Jack Brown. Noah Brown. Elly Brigham. Amber R. Burns. Jonathan Daniel Calloway. Nicolette Caruso. Grace K. Christensen. Lucas Allen Fausto Cisneros. Brooklyn Cloutier. Madeline Cody. Robin Connolly. Zoe Cutler. Alexandria Davis. Daniel William Sawinski. Quentin Jeffrey Dempsey. Mackenzie Denter. Zachary J. Dietenberger. Emma Dobush. Haley Paige Donahue. Sonia Dreamack. Drea Drayson. Ireland Rain Dranette. Michelle Jane Edwards. Isabel Emerson. Corbin Eisler. Carter Erb. Allison Lynn Fansler. Trinity Elizabeth Flint. Hannah Fliss. Emma Follendorf. David Wayne Flowers II. Brandon David Freitag. Jacob R. Gardner. Carly J. Gaussman. Brianna Noel Geese. Colton G. Grindle. Gabriella D. Groom. Christian Guida. Liana Rose Hansen. Miles Hazelton. Brennan Heidke. Alvaro Hernandez. Joanna Hernandez. Carter M. Hill. Jordan Elizabeth Hodson. Alyssa Diane Holcomb. Zechariah D. Hollingsworth. McKenna Ann Holterman. William Robert Houlihan. Michaela Hub. Melissa Huber. Trevor Hudson. Ariana Alyssa Humphreys. Chloe Elizabeth Carson Hurt. Grant Michael Hine. Emma Rose Jacob. Camry Alexis Jamerson. Victoria Jastrock. William Jensen. Savannah Commence. Alexander P. Carls. Chesney Kazda. Mackenzie K. Kirker. Parker Derek Kersleski. Jenna Lynn Kneibel. Jacob Kerwitz. Justin S. Comp. Michaela Krantz. Samuel August Cronick. Elizabeth Angeline Kunkel. Mary Kuzmich. Morgan LaFavor. Josh Landowski. Emma R. Larson. Kaylee Latham. Thomas George Little. Shelby Anne-Marie Libano. Alexandra N. Lind. Morgan Lindquist. Alec R. Locasio. Ariana Lombardi. Jordan Robert Ludlam. Ellen Mosky. Grace Mansfield. Kelsey Martin. Tristan McIntyre. Maxwell James McNett. Simon T. Meyer. R.J. Migas. Aiden John Miller. Emmy Milholland. Hannah Majokovic. Brittany Morovitz. Jared Neitzer. Brinley Renee Nelson. Chase Newmeyer. Ari Nottrot. Lydia Oakleaf. Melina Mari Nekomachi Okoro. Alexander Olson. Maddie Nelson Olson. Isaac W. Peterson. Abby Madeline Petches. Anthony James Polzer. Brett Gordon Pope. Hunter Prom. Kirsten M. Prom. Owen W. Reeves. Shelby L. Reeder. Christian Michael Risk. Miranda Romer. Margaret Roosh. Hunter Sarge. Amanda Leslie Sawatsky. Michael David Schaefer. Brooke Marie Schindler. Catherine Schrader. Kimberly Schultz. Olivia Seeley. Isabel C. Severson. Jedediah J. Sieber. Bryce Alexander Smith. Riley Leanne Smith. Daniel Josiah Massaro Sniff. Nicholas James Standorf. Emily Delight Sullivan. Jack W. Sullivan. Claire Francis Tiedemann. Marco Antonio Torres. Mark J. Velterra. Aaron Van Dyke. Colton Vergowen. Amanda Vogt. Kelsey Suzanne Waldner. Elizabeth R. Weichert. Kylie Ann Weller. Thomas E. Wordle. Carter J. Weigel. Trevor J. Wilkinson. Livia F. Winch. Teresa Renee Wintersdorf. Zoe Grace Woods. Patricia Roble. Mackenzie Jo Wuben. Kayla Marie Yates. Brittany Ziegler.
Okay, graduates, once again, on behalf of the College of Liberal Arts and Education and the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Nelson. We will now celebrate the achievement of our graduate students. The hoods of graduate students, like the caps and gowns worn today, are part of a long tradition of academic attire that dates back to the Middle Ages, when they were awarded to distinguish those that had completed graduate study and represent a commitment to scholarly life. While in the modern day, undergraduates wear robes and caps, those with master's and doctoral degrees are presented with hoods to show their continued pursuit of knowledge. Such hoods are an expression of tradition and are used to communicate the wearer's school, degree, and field of study for the rest of their lives. The lining of the hoods bears the official academic color of the institution conferring the degree. The velvet trim or border of the hood indicates the major or field of study. I ask Dr. Carolyn Keller, Associate Provost, and Chancellor Evetovich to please come forward and join us in awarding the master's degrees and the academic hoods.
Will the candidates for the Master of Science degree please stand? Chancellor Evetovich, as Associate Provost, I present to you today the candidates for the Master of Science degree.
Upon this certification with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Universities of Wisconsin, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree that you have earned, together with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges pertaining thereto.
And now, Master candidates, please begin coming forward to receive your hoods.
Brooke K. Crocker. Brooke Dawn Marie Dye. Michael A. Derzinski. Aubriana Lee Falls. Preston Allen Geimer. Karen Herberger. Donovan Juarez. Janine Knickerbocker. Brian Kraus. Jessica Lang. Yan Yan Ma. Jennifer K. McLean. Joe Oberlander. Molly O'Flanagan. Jupe Ozurek. Robert Walter Pasco, Jr. Elizabeth Pizzi. Samantha J. Rossetti. Nicholas C. Schroeder. Tony Simmental.
We got a tangle.
Phil Simmert. Todd Tyler Sorg. Jack Weissman. Ching Yang. Sherry J. Yates.
My dissertation. Woo! My dissertation advisor used to say that to participate in graduate study is to voluntarily submit oneself to a form of torture. I do hope that the degree was not too much torture, but we should recognize that graduate study is above and beyond, on top of all of the other work and family things that you have to do. Congratulations, graduates.
Putting together this ceremony has taken a considerable amount of work, and work that occurs, as all work like this does, behind the scenes, and it is a team effort. Thank you to all those that have participated today, including the Commencement Committee, led by Bridget Wallace, alongside Holly Attenborough in partnership with the Office of the Registrar, Commencement Marshal, Dr. Bob Demaree, Carrie Van Helgren for making sure each graduate's name was heard and pronounced correctly, the Symphony Band and the singer Ella Brunner for the wonderful music, Information Technology Services and Event Services and facility staff. For all those just mentioned who helped with the production of today's ceremony, will you please rise and let us recognize you? Thank you. It is a distinct honor to recognize this next group. Sitting in the front of the stage is a group who has taught, advised, mentored, and much more the graduating class. I am constantly moved by the passion and dedication of our faculty and staff here at UW-Platteville. Would the fantastic faculty and staff please stand and be recognized? Thank you. None of this would be possible without this last group, who has helped our graduates throughout their collegiate careers and indeed their entire lives. Would the families and friends of all our graduates please stand? And graduates, this is the first of many opportunities I would like you to take today to say thank you. If there were such thing as a joy cam, it would be the pictures of the faces of the families waving at their graduate and the graduates waving back. It is just lovely, so thank you. As a final part of our celebration, we will join together in singing the alma mater. You should know the words, but if you don't, like all good study aids, it is at the back of the program. If you are able, please stand and turn to the last page of your commencement program for the alma mater, led again by Ella Brunner.
Alma mater, grand and glorious, we shall ever be victorious. Loyal are we to you, dear Platteville, pioneers e'er will be. We shall win her honor. Praise be ever on her. Onward, upward to the fore. None shall falter evermore. Alma mater, grand and glorious, wrought by loyalty.
Well done. Please be seated. A few requests as we prepare to close our ceremony and the graduates prepare to celebrate with family and friends. Please remain seated until the platform party and faculty have left. Once the faculty has left, I will dismiss graduates to join their family and friends. Once again, congratulations to the University of Wisconsin-Platteville graduates. Please start the recession. Graduates, you are dismissed to find your family and friends, and once again, congratulations.